today's interview, we're going to go over a couple investors that I've worked with probably for the last year and a half, and just have a really unique story. Those of you who don't know me, my name is Darson Grantham. I'm a real estate agent and investor here in Des Moines, Iowa. I have two guys that came to me with, green as all get out on real estate, and they really did the research over the last year and a half and ended up purchasing a property. And so we have Colin and Cole Chestnut, and I'll let you both introduce yourselves of just, a little bit about what you do for a living. Don't necessarily need to talk about the property, but maybe a little bit of background about what you've invested in the past. I'll let Cole, you go first.
Yeah, so like Darson said, I'm Cole Chestnut. I currently reside in Pella, Iowa with my beautiful wife and a dog. And my wife and I are debt-free. Been about debt-free for just over 2 years now, and we're kind of looking to expand there, but risk and learning and all this was a factor. And this is kind of something Colin and I have talked about as brothers for probably longer than 2 years, but more that 5-10 year range, even since we were little, and now trying to make it a reality. So go ahead, Colin. What do you tell us a little about yourself?
My name's Colin Chestnut, Cole's little brother, obviously. I work here in Johnston, Iowa, over here at Granular, and it's just a tech company. So, and kind of what sparked our interest in Des Moines, I would say, is just the kind of the opportunity in the growth. I see, a good trend of work and a lot of people kind of moving there over the years to come. So,
because I know at one point we were talking about, you guys did door knocking, right, to try to find deals. And so, and I think if a person had zero money and all the time in the world, I think that's a fantastic way to go. It's just, you have to look at your resources, and like, how did you go from the huge funnel down to where you feel, and trust me, even though you think you have it figured out, you don't, but you at least have a better idea than when you started. So like, how did that, a lot of talking back and forth, or what did that look like?
Communication. We communicated. I mean, with us now kind of having a business together, we literally text or have a conversation every day. Whether it's something minor of, hey, this is what's happening and this is what's going on, or Colin texted me this morning about hunting, because obviously we're brothers, so we have to have the family aspect, and we do Christmas and stuff together, but also like we have to communicate on our business side. And I think communication kind of set us up of getting where we wanted to be. What each of us our goal was as well is kind of relating back to that goal, because obviously financially he has a goal, and then me and my wife have our goal. So how did those financially work together, but also using each other? And obviously we could have gone our separate paths and tried to done ourselves, but I think risk was a piece of it. Like it's nerve-wracking jumping into something like a $200,000 purchase by yourself, that you're going to have tenants. So it's that risk side, and kind of narrowing it down, using each other and what we're good at. That's where I live in Pella. So it's 55 minutes to our rental house from my doorstep. It takes me 55 minutes. So resource wise, like door knocking and wholesaling, I mean, that wasn't going to work for me, but Colin was there. We tried it. It's anyone that wants to do it, go for it. It's a ton of work and it's a lot of drive. But if you're going to do it and you're going to stay steady to that 3-4 month time frame of that's all you do is knocking on doors, handing out cards and using the marketing scheme, go for it. I really push anyone to try to do that. It really opens your eyes to look at houses, and kind of be able to walk into a house and gauge, okay, this is what it's going to get for rent. This is what it's going to get for rehabs. And then I have my deal calculator. So kind of how we set up our business. I do a lot of the Excel, a lot of the calculations, a lot of that stuff, and Colin's the boots on the ground guy in a lot of places. But I bet I've calculated almost 500 properties. And I have them all saved. So I just have to go and unhide stuff in my spreadsheet that's how you get good. So that Colin goes, hey, what do you think of this place? Okay, this is what we're going to get for rent. Okay, what these rehabs? Okay, these are some numbers here and there. And then that's kind of rough math of, okay, do we want to look in this more or not?
Colin, have you done much with the processes of everything? Like, since you're kind of dealing with the tenants, have you, because Cole, it seems like he's helped a lot of, like, done a lot of the acquisition numbers, analyzing, but managing tenants, has that been your side of it?
No, actually Cole's been doing a lot of the managing tenants portion, but I've been working a lot with like the contractors. So
Gotcha.
we've had a couple times that I've had to reach out to contractors, fix a sewer line, fix a sink, so and a little bit of electrical work. So
Colin, do you want to talk through like time, like how we've justified our time on some of this stuff, and now we are started out trying to do everything to now we are at the point where we hire.
No, like I don't know. I still remember like my first time talking to Darson. I was like, I can't, you look like a handy guy. Why don't you, go in there and lay that bathroom tile or something? He's like, dude, I don't want to do it. And I was just always giving him a hard time, like, dude, I mean, that's easy work, get in there and get it done, watch some YouTube, figure it out. And as I got started, I kind of really did have that mindset when we bought our fourplex. But then after about the third bathroom remodel, I figured, it really isn't a strong point, and I got better things to do, kind of, because like it's just a time deal. I mean, in this summer we were so busy. I mean, it seemed like both had, half a dozen weddings to go to on the weekends. So then we were stuck, doing it during the week, and then you work 2 nights during the week until 10, and you really don't even get that whole much done, and kind of just bogs you down on time. So
we are buying real estate to be more free. So obviously up front, like our first how many properties, it takes work, but like at the end of the day, we're looking for the passive income. We're looking for the equity gain and kind of setting ourselves up for retirement, but also enjoying this as a career and a way of helping. But we realized pretty quick that, boy, there's just not enough time to keep a life at home, but also then do what you want to do as an individual, whether that's calling golfing or me and my wife going boating or stuff like that. I mean, that stuff took time, and we were doing it 3 nights a week, 4 nights a week on the weekends. And we got pretty sick of it pretty quick. And that's where we started calling. I said, hey, you got to start relationship building with these contractors. We got to get some guys figured out. And Colin has killed it there. I mean, he's got a ton of good connections in the contract world of contractors, but also just electricians, plumbers, people that reply to me at 5:30, 6 o'clock at night and say, I'll go look at the place for you while I'm in Louisville. Colin's at my place watching the dog, and my wife's in Shenandoah. I mean, none of us are close to the property at all. And we have a contractor we trust that just shows up there at 5:30, 6 o'clock at night. So, I mean, that goes a long ways, I think, for us. And then taking care of that contractor after the fact is huge. The giftology thing is a real piece, and it goes a long ways with relationships.
Well, I'll just wrap this up. If there's, do you guys have any, you guys don't have a social media, like, besides your, do you?
Cole Chestnut on Instagram. And then obviously, if you want to connect on Facebook, both of us, both Colin and I, are active and look in the Des Moines real estate Facebook group. And then we do attend. One of us is most likely going to be at the Friday morning coffees. So if you have questions or want to talk further, it's Colin or I. Don't be afraid to reach out to me on Instagram at Cole Chestnut or those real estate meetups.
Cool.
Yep. And my Instagram's just Colin_Chestnut, and I'm what they call a frequent flyer at coffee on Friday. So
cool. Thanks, fellas. I appreciate your time. Thanks for being a client. Let me know if I can help out with anything at all. So thank you very much.
Yep.